Welcome to English Exams. This video is copyright. Section 4.
You will hear a lecture about animal migration around the world by Dr. Sharon Perez. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen and answer the questions.
Migration is one of the most fascinating and complex phenomena in the natural world. This large-scale movement of animals encompasses not only birds and mammals, but also insects, fish, and even some reptiles. For centuries, the question of why and how animals migrate has puzzled scientists and inspired a variety of theories, some of which now seem rather peculiar. For example, ancient philosophers like Aristotle believed that certain animals disappeared in winter because they burrowed underground or submerged themselves in mud to survive. While this idea was dismissed long ago, it highlights the challenges of studying migration in the absence of advanced technology. Today, we understand that migration is primarily driven by survival instincts, as animals seek food, water, and suitable breeding grounds. In many cases, they migrate to avoid harsh weather conditions, which might leave them without enough food to sustain themselves. However, the triggers for migration are far from uniform. For example, some species are influenced by changes in temperature, while others are guided by day length or even the gravitational pull of the moon. These environmental factors dictate not only when to migrate, but also where to go, with some animals venturing to higher altitudes in summer to find cooler climates. Perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of migration is its sheer scale. Certain species travel vast distances that span continents and oceans. The Arctic tern, for instance, holds the record for the longest annual migration of any bird, covering over 40,000 kilometers from the Arctic to the Antarctic. Humpback whales, on the other hand, migrate between feeding grounds in the polar regions and nesting areas in tropical waters. Similarly, leatherback turtles undertake journeys of over 10,000 kilometers between their feeding grounds and nesting beaches. Yet not all migration is horizontal. Some species engage in vertical migration, moving from deep ocean waters during the day to surface waters at night, driven by the need to avoid predators or follow prey. While it is easy to marvel at these feats of endurance, the mechanisms behind migration are equally awe-inspiring. Many species rely on innate navigation systems that function like a compass, guiding them to destinations they have never visited before. For instance, monarch butterflies complete their migration from Canada to Mexico over multiple generations, with each generation somehow knowing the exact path to follow. Similarly, salmon use their sense of smell to return to the exact streams where they were born. However, the reliance on environmental cues can sometimes lead to misdirection. For instance, artificial lights can confuse migrating birds, causing them to deviate from their intended routes. Despite its wonders, migration is fraught with challenges. Habitat loss due to human activity has disrupted many migratory highways, making it harder for animals to complete their journeys. Deforestation, urban development, and climate change are all contributing factors. Rising temperatures, for example, can shift the timing of food availability, leaving migratory species arriving too early or too late to find adequate resources. As a result, populations of some species, such as certain bird species in Europe, have declined drastically. One solution to these challenges lies in international cooperation. Migratory species do not recognize national borders, and efforts to conserve them must be equally global. Protected reserves, wildlife corridors, and conservation treaties are all critical in mitigating the destruction of migratory habitats. Advances in technology, such as satellite tracking, have also provided invaluable insights into the lives of migratory species, allowing researchers to design more effective conservation strategies. But for all our knowledge, many mysteries remain. For instance, we still do not fully understand the role of social cooperation among some species during migration, or how some individuals make split-second decisions to alter their paths based on changing environmental conditions. Ultimately, migration is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life on Earth. By understanding and protecting this natural phenomenon, we ensure that future generations can continue to marvel at the incredible journeys undertaken by animals across the globe.
That is the end of section 4. You now have some time to check your answers.